I don't care about the All-Star game. Like everyone gets super worked
I know,
up and they're like,
I love
like,
how angry you're like, you don't care about Hall of Fame. You don't care about All-Star game. You're funny. You're a funny baseball fan in the sense. It's like big ticket items that Welsh is like, I hate
the things that get people worked up that they want to fight about. I don't care. I don't care about like this guy should have been at the
You're non-confrontational when it comes to this stuff. But
no, I'm not.
Maybe a little less confrontational, more confrontational when it comes to trades. So let's talk trades with Welsh for week 16. Welsh, who are the guys you want to get rid of right now? And who are the guys you want to get on your roster as soon as you can?
All right, this is an all-star edition of the trade talk here. I've got 3 names. These are all players that made the all-star game, but I am going to present. I'm going to do a little bit of fishing and farming for your interactions here with this first one. This is similar to what we talked about with Garrett Crochet. So let me present this for a tiny talk, and then I will just give you the 3 names that I think you can trade for or away at the all-star game. Here is my presentation to you for the all-star game. Should we and can we trade Paul Skenes? Trade for or trade away? I know it's been a big question all season long. Now, I have a couple scenarios I'm going to throw at you, but let me give you some good and some bad of things you guys already know. The good on Paul Skenes, who, by the way, absolutely deserves the all-star bid. The good, in 10 starts this year, really just like a barely over 2 ERA, which has been phenomenal. He's gone 6 innings in 8 of his 10 starts. He's gone 6 or more innings, in 8 of his 10 starts, which is crazy for any starter at this point, but a rookie nonetheless. He struck out 7 or more in all but 1 start, 5th best K percentage in baseball since June 1st, and a million other nice things that you know. Here's the bad on Paul Skenes. The Pirates are now 10 games back in the division, 4.5 games back in the wild card, which isn't horrible, but they're 4th right now. If they fall out, the second big worry is going to be the innings cap starting to stare at us in the face. This guy had really one of the biggest storylines when he got drafted was his usage in college. We now see a big usage happening here. If they're out of it, he's in the All-Star game, values up. I think it's something to consider. Also, a little stat I thought was interesting. Since June 1st, he has the highest left on base percentage in all of baseball, 97%. A lot of that is to like his skills and his talent, but that's a regressional standpoint. There were 2 players in that period of time who had over 90, and number 2 was 91%. So, he's been incredible, but the idea here is, like you've mentioned with Heel, if they're out of it, are we going to lose some of how aggressive they've been? He's going deep into games. His pitch count is up.
Also is not going to be around for, I think it's not weeks again, or days. It's going to be weeks, I guess they're saying. We're waiting to get him back. Another thing I'll throw on with Skenes too. First time through the batting order, 41% K rate. Second time, 30% K rate. Third time, 26.9% K rate. So stamina already within games is a bit of an issue for Skenes.
I mean,
so if you start elongating that, also the walk rate goes up second time through the order from 4% to 7.8%.
The one thing that he has going for him is the adjustments of fastball to splinker, and I think that keeps people live. But so here's the question, and I ask you guys in the comments below, whether you're watching live or you're watching this after the fact, let us know. Are you a buyer in the sense that he's going to be a top 10 SP rest of season? He is performing at that level, and boy, we're going to have some great offseason questions. Or is this the time? He made the All-Star game. Pirates are still kind of in the hunt a little bit, and they have said they're not looking to like shut him down. Those are a lot of things that work into building this value. So real quick, and then I'll present a couple scenarios. Joe, are you a buyer? He will be top 10 rest of season. Or are you selling where he is performing as a top 5 SP? So let's say you're trading him away and you're getting the asset of a top 5 to 8 type of pitcher you're trading away, or you're selling him in the top, or you're buying him in the top 10. So you can buy or sell Skenes. And I'm not telling
you
guys
sell him as a 5 than buy him as a 10. I mean, that's just easy for me. I have concern about, again, this is somebody who's plays in the more points league, there's playoffs world. That era that's upcoming soon in August into September scares me a little bit with Skenes. Now, if it's season-long roto, that's a different story. I'll probably take my lumps with Skenes. That's where I'll be. And I actually think maybe I do want to buy, in those formats.
Kind of a good way to say it. Like in roto, I think Skenes at worst
give you enough strikeouts and quality peripherals where I don't think it matters. Like I think you even take some of the dip if you need it, or if it gets shut down, you'll live with that because he gave you so much already. So you think you take it for the next 6 weeks. Otherwise, if you're in anything that's got head-to-head in it where there's playoffs, To me, that's the one where I'm just a little scared. Like, if you ask me, would I rather have like Scherzer or Paul Skenes August 1st? You're going to hate this answer. Most people, it's probably Scherzer.
Oh, wow. See, that's not even okay. So I'm going to present a couple to you and then we'll go. That's actually shocking to me. Yeah, because like I agree.
Is it? I mean, the guy who's still got a high strikeout rate. I mean, I know he's older, but he's going to be pitching for the Rangers or a team that decides they are contending if the Rangers decide that they're not.
It's more that you said August. Like if you would have said September, like I don't know, maybe, but August 1st. Like I like Skenes' talent is not my big question here. And I think it's risky. And that's why I'm bringing this up. And I'm dying to get your guys' takes. So put good takes on the comments so we can talk about it this week. But I'm not making the case from a talent perspective you move off. I'm making a case that I think there are some of those worries. And there's a lot.
Skenes from Grizz.
I'm going to still go Skenes on the upside, but it's close. Okay, so here are the two trades I want to give to you real quick. You can do this with Skenes, let's say. Who would you rather have rest of season? You got to get out like what your need is. Would you rather have Paul Skenes or would you rather have Ellie?
I'll still take Ellie. I think that there's massive swings with Ellie where if he gets hot, he carries your whole team. Everyday player of that ilk. First round.
I completely agree. And if he is at the level of top 5 right now, that might be something you can move off.
You might be able to, yeah.
Would you rather have Skenes? If you could trade Skenes to get Kirby and Alec Boehm, what would you do? What side?
Kirby and Boehm?
Yeah. And let's play the head-to-head playoff.
I'll take Kirby and Boehm too. I like that. I think that's a really good value, to be honest with you.
Okay, so those are the things I'm thinking of. So when I bring this up, not hating, think about capitalization where he is an all-star. He's at the tippy top of his game. Everything looks incredible, and the Pirates are still kind of in it. This might be absolute maximizing in the trade world, but let's see what you guys have to say in the comments, and we'll bring it up later this week. All right, Joe, I got 3 other all-stars we can look at trading for or away. Trading away, Shota Imanaga. Since June 1st, he's got a 5 ERA. He's actually been better than that, but it's still a 3.92 xFIP in that period of time. So that high 3 to 4 ERA range that I've been talking about. Also, his batting average against 279 in that period of time, which is the 12th worst among qualified starting pitchers. And I talked about that. I will say this cannot sustain. As Paul Skenes from June 1st on 97% left on base percentage, Shota 58.5% left on base percentage, which is 6th worst among all starting pitchers. And he's not walking guys too. So that's a lot of hits. That's a bad number that will positively regress, but I don't know how much. I think it might be a decent time to look at moving off of Imanaga as the second half goes on. 2 players I'm buying that are all-stars. I am buying Pittsburgh Pirates Bryan Reynolds. On the year, 284 average, 5 stolen bases, which is a very Reynolds-like season. The 16 homers he's got, those are an outlier. But since June 1st, as my marker I'm using today, he's hitting 346 with 9 homers and a 51.1% hard hit percentage. He has been phenomenal. I still think he kind of falls under that line of excitement that people have. Bryan Reynolds is an all-star that I'm buying. And here's a struggling all-star who made it. One of those that you could question, how did they make it? Marcus Semien with the Texas Rangers. I mean, he made the all-star game despite hitting 232. The 12 homers helped. But on the year, he has just a 241 BABIP. Again, positive regression is coming in, which is about 40 points lower than his career, 50 points than last year. And since June 1st, he has the league's 4th worst BABIP at 204. So what I'm giving to you here is there's massive positive regression that plays in. And he has been traditionally a second half player. He has hit 20 to 30 points higher in the second half throughout. Rangers have talked about selling. I don't think they will. A lot of the underlying stuff is still there. I think you can buy Marcus Semien on the cheap right now. And that would be a guy that I am looking to pick up. 2 all-stars to trade for, 1 to trade away. And what the hell are you guys doing with Skenes? That's what we're looking at.
And those are the guys moving and shaking. We're talking trades with the Welsh for week 16.